A $23 billion deal centered around strategic ports near the Panama Canal has ignited a geopolitical power play between two global giants, CK Hutchison of Hong Kong and US-led BlackRock. As the Panama Canal remains a vital artery for global trade, control over its surrounding infrastructure signals influence over the world's supply chains. This high-stakes game in 2023 isn't just about business, it's about dominance. With China-backed interests expanding, the question looms, is the US losing its grip on a critical global trade route? In this battle, there's no room for the weak. In early 2023, a staggering $23 billion deal shook the global trade landscape. Key commercial ports near the Panama Canal, through which nearly 5% of all global trade flows, were put up for sale. This sparked a fierce competition between two powerful entities. On one side stood CK Hutchison, a Hong Kong-based port empire known for its quiet but dominant role in global logistics. On the other side was BlackRock, the world's largest asset manager, often referred to as a shadow force behind major US financial decisions. This wasn't just a business transaction, it was a territorial power move. CK Hutchison represents Asia's growing influence in global supply chains, while BlackRock symbolizes Western financial dominance. The Panama Canal, long seen as a strategic choke point, became the stage for a geopolitical showdown. With both sides vying for control, this deal underscored a deeper battle for supremacy over global infrastructure. It's a modern Cold War, not fought with weapons but with trade, influence, and logistics. This is about more than money. It's about who gets to draw the map of tomorrow's global power structure. If you enjoyed the video, smash that like button. The Panama Canal is a critical waterway linking the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans, a miraculous shortcut that powers global trade. Nearly 14,000 ships transit through it each year, carrying essential goods across continents. A single day of disruption here can ripple through supply chains worldwide, sending shockwaves across economies. For decades, the United States has considered the canal and its surrounding region a core strategic interest, tightly tied to its dominance in global trade. But China is playing a different game, quietly expanding its influence not through force, but through infrastructure investments and economic leverage. While the West relies on financial power and market control, China builds ports, railways, and partnerships across the globe. This clash isn't a traditional conflict. It's a modern-day proxy war, fought with capital and logistics instead of bullets. Control over such a vital choke point means controlling the flow of goods, and by extension, the rhythm of the global economy. The battle over the Panama Canal reflects a larger contest, the struggle for global supremacy between East and West, infrastructure versus finance, and long-term strategic influence versus immediate economic power. CK Hutchison has long held control over several ports in Latin America, raising suspicions of political alignment with Beijing due to its Hong Kong roots. On the other side stands BlackRock, representing powerful U.S. corporations determined not to lose influence in a region they've long considered within their sphere. The stakes are enormous. If China, through CK Hutchison, gains dominance over Panama's logistics, it could essentially hold the global supply chain in its hands, like snapping Lego blocks into place. Roughly 40% of goods traveling from the U.S. to Asia pass through the Panama Canal, making it a critical artery in international commerce. In essence, Panama is the Western Hemisphere's equivalent of the South China Sea, a strategic choke point with global repercussions. This is not a war of tanks or missiles. In the 21st century, the one who controls the containers controls the world. It's a battle of ports, shipping lanes, and silent influence. As nations compete not just for land, but for logistical leverage, the Panama Canal becomes more than a trade route. It becomes a symbol of power, a pivot point in the ongoing tug-of-war between East and West. The bidding war for Panama's key port infrastructure is far from over, but it has already revealed something far deeper. The global trade war is no longer just about tariffs, profits, or GDP percentages. It's a battle to control the very arteries through which the lifeblood of the global economy flows. Infrastructure is the new weapon. Logistics is the new battlefield. Whoever owns the routes owns the future. This isn't just a business story. It's a story about influence, about shaping tomorrow's world order. While governments talk diplomacy and economies chase growth, The real players are placing multi-billion-dollar bets on ports, canals, and supply chain choke points that quietly determine who wins and who fades. This battle over Panama is just the beginning. It's part of a larger, silent war being waged between East and West, not with soldiers, but with shipping lanes and financial firepower. The outcomes of these moves will echo through everything from your grocery prices to the balance of global power. And while you're binge-watching Netflix, somewhere out there, power players are staking tens of billions to quietly control the world. Subscribe now to stay ahead of the silent trade wars that are already shaping your future. If you found this video eye-opening, give it a thumbs up to support the channel. Got thoughts or questions about this power play? Drop a comment below. I read every one of them. And hey, don't just watch. Join the conversation. Let's break down the real battles shaping our world together.